Hey everybody, it is Croker Outdoors, and today we are talking about Dietz oil lanterns and specifically how they stack up against those with batteries and LEDs. Now, Dietz knows what they're doing, and they are called the Old Reliable Lantern because they have been around for over 150 years. Now, they're American founded in Brooklyn, New York, and in the future I have a video plan that's going to talk about the history of the company and the founder, as well as the history of the lanterns, the fuel, and illumination in general from around the Civil War to now. Now, on the table here in front of us, on the left-hand side, we have the Dietz number 90, also known as the D-Lite. Made in 1914 originally, it has 12 candle power. What they used to call it. Nowadays we would say 150 lumens, a 31-ounce fount, and 27 hours on its maximum burn time. In the middle, Dietz number 1, aka the Little Wizard, made in 1956, 9 candle power, aka 113 lumens, a very large 36-ounce fount, and 45 hours max burn time. On the right is the first Dietz I've ever purchased. It was the number 80 Blizzard. It was also their first cold blast lantern as well, made in the year 1900. This comes in 12 candle power, aka 150 lumens, 31-ounce fount, and 27 hours of burn time. Now, how much do these cost? Well, depending on the model, the trim, and where you find it, they'll run about $25 to $50. Now, something like the black and brass on a larger model here is going to be a little bit more, so I think I paid I found it on a sale, maybe like $30. But here, the Little Wizard, maybe this one was about like $25, and here maybe 25 as well, if you're smart when you shop. The blue and the red, the basic trim, is going to be a little bit less. There's other models and other trims as well. You can check it out. Just look on Amazon or just do a quick Google search. Now, speaking of how much they cost to run, okay, lamp oil, no batteries, of course, and lamp oil for a 64-ounce bottle runs about $7.88 at my local Walmart. Now, when you take into account the burn times and how much the oil costs, you run about 10 to 11 cents per hour to use one lantern. Okay. Now, when you use these, it's not because it's cheap, it's not because they're bright, it's not because it's too dim, it's because they do what they do very well, and that's provide illumination to, kind of a small, medium area. It's not too bright where it's glaring in your eyes, and it's not too dim where you wish, I wish I had another lantern, or why am I even getting this? Okay, now to use the lantern, all you do is you push up on this little lever here to raise up the globe. You grab a source of ignition, pop it, bear with me, there you go, and then when you lower it, you may have to raise or lower this to get it just where you want it. Now, you don't want to raise the wick too high inside because then it will begin to soot and you'll see black smoke coming out of the top. Now, what you can see is a really nice glow. I'm not sure how it looks on the camera yet, but you can see a well-defined flame, and it provides that nice ambiance, right? So it's kind of like being around a fire compared to turning on the lights in your room, okay, in the ceiling. It provides a nice ambiance. It's the fire. There is a little bit of smell to it. It is going to provide and give you some heat, although I would not use this in an enclosed space like a small tent. And it's just the feel. I mean, how I use this is at the picnic table. I will turn this on, and when we have dinner, there'll be a few of us around this, and it provides a nice glow here. It's a warm light, so it's not going to be that jarring blue LED light that sometimes you see some campsites lit up with, and it's just like it's somebody flipped on the house lights. Anyway, also, if I'm having a campfire, I may put this on a post somewhere else to provide a little bit of light too. So the light from the campfire and the light from the flame kind of mixes nice, and it just feels good. I go to be in nature, you know, so I don't really use too much electricity. In fact, all of the LEDs that I have were given to me with the exception of my headlamp. Okay, now there are a few downsides to having this. Like I mentioned, there's heat, so if you have little kids, this is going to get pretty hot. I have hung it on a number of different things. It never melts any plastic. It never gets too hot like when this is hanging to touch on the top. So there's the smell, there's the heat. On the oil, you do have to work with oil, so you are carrying another fuel around if you want to use one of these. Of course, you would just use a little tube or something to pour stuff in, a funnel. Another downside is because this steel here is press fit, after a while you may see a little leak around the seam. Nothing dripping out, but you'll see a little glisten of the oil just like kind of pooling there. So sometimes I just wipe that down. It happens very infrequently. Like these have been sitting over the winter break, over the winter time. So I see a little bit there, but I'll just take a paper towel and wipe it up. Anyway, not only for camping, but also if you are at home, this is great. If you lose power, of course, if you're prepping, this is great because you can take into consideration the oil. I did some research. The oil is said to be good indefinitely. As long as you leave it in generally like a warm spot, it'll stay good for a very long time. When you want to turn it off some, you just turn this down, or then you can completely snuff it and then take care of it. Once in a while you are going to want to lift this up. When it's cool, you're going to want to take some scissors, or probably scissors, and just like snip it so it's nice and straight across the top. These two use a 7/8 inch wick, and this one uses a 5/8 inch wick. But in summation, it's very inexpensive to run, it's very inexpensive to buy. It provides a nice ambiance, a nice feel. It's less jarring than the LEDs. And, you know, combined with maybe another oil lamp, or should I say gas, you can run a complete illumination system with just fire. So here is my Coleman dual fuel. I'll use this to light up an entire campsite. Maybe I pull up to the place and set up my tent. I'm using this, but this would be so powerful it would just blow your eyes out if you put it right in front of you while you're eating dinner. And that's where this fills the role. Let's see, this is hot here, so I'm going to watch out. This is nice for the more up close and personal, intimate moments when you're at the table or you're by the campsite or by the campfire. This is a nice light right there. So these two together, if you're going to do fuel, work really well. Again, then you are carrying fuel. So you're going to have Coleman white gas, and then you're going to have lamp fuel right there. But it's all up to what you want. To me, the flame provides the best experience. And that's what it comes down to. The experience of the nice light. Anyway, that's what I have to say. Overall, I would completely purchase these again. I'm very happy with the Dietz lanterns. I get a lot of compliments, even when I'm just sitting at my campsite or someone says, "Oh my gosh, that looks like you're in a Western movie or something." I'm like, "Oh yeah." And then we talk about gear and stuff. Highly recommend it. Check it out. Get one and enjoy. Anyway, this has been Croker Outdoors, and I want to thank you for watching. If you like what you see, please feel free to subscribe and hit the like button. Alrighty, thanks. Bye.